Sairam Region 8, it's so wonderful to have this opportunity to be with you in celebration of Easter. Jai Sairam. Easter celebrates the resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ. The resurrection of Jesus 3 days after his crucifixion on the cross. Jesus foretold what was to happen, that he would be crucified and they would rise from the dead on the 3rd day. The events unfolded with one of his 12 disciples betraying him for 30 pieces of silver. Jesus was arrested, tried, and found guilty. Jesus had only preached the gospel of love, but he was crucified on a cross. Upon the cross, Swami has shared with us, and it's in the Bible, that Jesus heard a voice from the Father saying, "All life is one, my dear son. Be a light to everyone." And he pleaded that those who were crucifying him be pardoned, for they knew not what they did. Jesus sacrificed himself for the sake of mankind. Swami has also shared that Jesus sacrificed his happiness, his prosperity, his comfort, his safety, and his position. He braved the enmity of the powerful. He refused to yield or compromise. He renounced the ego and turned the 5 senses towards divinity. He willingly sacrificed the desires with which the body torments man. Jesus wished well for those who insulted and injured him. He knew that God wills all. So even on the cross, he bore no ill will towards anyone. And he exhorted those with him to treat all as instruments of God's will. So Easter is a reminder for all of us to resurrect the Christ within us. What are the insights from Sathya Sai Baba that can help us on this spiritual journey to be like Jesus and resurrect the Christ within? All answers can be found in his teachings. Help ever, hurt never, love all, serve all, and I am I. When it came time for the incarnation of Jesus, we might imagine that they were looking for a soul who would take on this challenge. Who will take the teachings of Sanatana Dharma to the West? Oh, at this time, all the emphasis in religion is on rules and that love is absent. There is too much power, greed, and people are consumed with the body, the mind, and all of the various I wants of the 5 senses. Who will incarnate? Who will take on this great challenge to deal with jealousy, betrayal, denial, and yes, even be crucified? And there came forth Isa, as Swami would say, ISA. And Swami has shared, if you say ISA long enough, it becomes SAI. In Swami's discourses, he has stated that Jesus went through 3 stages in his awareness of his reality of being divine. Stage number 1, first he was the messenger. I am the messenger of God. And second, the Son of God, and third, my Father and I are one. So I am in the light is in me, and the light and I are one. So taking the conscious connection with the body, listening to conscience, and taking us to expanded consciousness of divinity, with the unity of our thought, words, and deeds in this God consciousness. Swami has further shared with us that Jesus on this journey, at first he considered himself, as I said, the messenger of God. And what it took was sadhana and penance. And he realized that he was the Son. After he realized he was the Son of God, then he started his ministry to a group of fishermen who became his first disciples. He taught them that they should first seek the kingdom of heaven. To enter the kingdom of heaven, they had to cultivate a loving heart. Then their hearts would become the kingdom of heaven. And then Jesus declared to them that I and my Father are one. So on this journey of transformation, what have we received from our dear Swami? And you can see we have a teacher. We've received many discourses. We have Prashanti Nilayam, stay in good company, chanting the name, Omkar, meditation, and opportunities to do service. We've already talked about consciousness, which is the 3 C's, but there's also 4 D's on this journey: duty, devotion, discipline, determination, and discrimination. How about the 4 selves? Self-confidence. I was in an interview once and somebody asked Swami, how do I have self-confidence? And Swami's reply was, first, have faith in God, and then that brings self-confidence. With self-confidence, you have self-satisfaction, and the really big one is self-sacrifice. Sacrifice the ego, cut across the I, and this all leads us to self-realization. And of course, we have 5 koshas: the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So we want the conscience in direct connection with the divinity within and Anandamaya, and that becomes a control center over all the other parts that makes up the human experience. So when Jesus was feeling that he was the messenger of God, Swami said, Jesus came as the embodiment of love and compassion and lived among men, holding forth the highest ideals of life. Just like Rama, being a good example is the best form of service. At the Last Supper, as the Bible states, Jesus washed his disciples' feet and said to them, if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example, that ye should do as I have done unto you. So, Messenger State, everything that we do is about working for the Lord, serving the Lord, and serving in the organization, and experiencing divinity all around us. A few opportunities and times in the interview rooms, I'd like to share a few things I heard Swami say directly that will help at this messenger stage. First, we must have faith. Then, how about happiness? I was in Vrindavan and Swami came out and started walking towards me, walking and across the sands. And he says, "How are you? How are you? How are you? Happy, happy, happy." And on this journey, dealing with all the situations of life, we are praying for the help of the Lord. And I've heard him say, "Don't worry, I will help you. But watch out for desire, watch out for anger, and the greatest challenge of all, watch out for doubt." Also, in a workshop once, he said, "Mind is like a lock. Turn the key. The heart is the lock, and turn the key to the right towards God, or turn it to the left towards the world." So you want to turn it towards God. Must do some kind of service. Use your time doing service, because I've also heard him say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Swami once in the interview room said, "My love can be like steel." So we need discipline and follow his teachings and follow the commandments. And you stay in the Sai Loka, stay in the Sai Loka, stay in Prashanti, that wonderful atmosphere that helps to nurture spirituality. Heart has only one seat, not musical chairs. So have one seat in your heart, which is turning everything towards God. And then, for the second stage, I am the Son of God. That was the second stage that Jesus uncovered in his spiritual heart. And we can think this ties with love all, serve all. I'm the messenger ties with help ever, hurt never. At this point, you're thinking God is inside of me. The light is inside of me. Oh, I need to turn inwards. At this level, we're wanting to really have a strong connection between the conscience and the Anandamaya Kosha. The Bible says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." So in this level, where Jesus realizes he is the Son of God, he's feeling self-satisfaction, self-confidence, and stronger in self-sacrifice. Once in the interview room, Swami took my hands together like this inside of his, and rocked them back and forth and said, "What do you want?" I said, "Peace of mind, Swami." And he said, "Oh, liberation, peace of mind first, then liberation." Or touching his feet. One time he looked down and he said, "Don't sleep, wake up. Wake up. Wake up to one's own divinity. Wake up to the Christ within." Hearing Swami say, "I am yours, you are mine," for this is the place on the journey where you become and realize and live that you are the Son of God. You don't stay in the right loka. Stay in the right loka, the Sai loka. All in this room are like lions. Be like a lion ruling over your senses. Devotion to God has to be like this. He made two fists, and he looked down at his fist, and he made them really tight, and he says, and he was concentrating. It has to be like this constant concentration on the presence of divinity. You need to know what to do, or you want to be close to Swami. He said, think of me. Swami looks like this. He walks like this. He talks like this. Think real hard, and it will come. Swami was so much fun in the interview room. When it was business and discipline was appropriate, absolute master. But when it was time to enjoy the love of between the guru and the disciple, he was so happy, so much joy. You just couldn't get enough. It would just live for those opportunities just to be around his divinity and to experience it. Strive to be in the unity of thought, word, and deed. We had these wonderful opportunities with his divine presence and his teachings. Bring back those memories, or listen to his discourses, or the kingdom of heaven is within. In a SSE workshop years ago, he said, do not compare yourself to others. You are all a flower on the garland of Sai Ram, each with your own special fragrance. And also in that workshop, he said, I stay 10 feet away from the youth because of their ego. I stay 1 foot away from the yogi because they can't get past the duality. But I live in the heart of the householder. Also in Swami's discourses, he has said that when you dwell in this awareness of being the Son of God, the Son of God has the right to the property of the Father. So all this love and bliss is there for all of us. I and my Father are one, same as I am I. The light and I are one. There is nothing else but God. So here we have self-sacrifice and self-realization together. Also in discourses, he said that when love or bhakti joins with knowledge, spiritual knowledge, it becomes self-realization. Krishna will play us, Sai Krishna will play us like a flute. At this stage, God is first, others is second, and self or body identification is last. All is an illusion of the mind, this separateness, because there's only one. Kasturi used to tell us when he talks to the foreigners that Swami has come to teach a new kind of math. 1 + 1 = 1. Some more words of wisdom from Swami about Jesus. When Jesus declared that he is the Son of God, he becomes entitled to the paternal majesty and power and love. These he can claim only when he grows in the qualities that his Father has. I've heard discourses where Swami has talked about just stay in my mind, spend time with my mind? These he can only claim when he grows in the qualities that his Father has. We must grow in the qualities of our Father. As a result, he attains merging, which leads him to search, I and my Father are one. Every man is to begin with the messenger. Every man. When he fulfills his duties as a messenger, he realizes that he is the Son of God and then achieves oneness with the divine. Try to be like Jesus. Jesus was a person whose only joy was spreading divine love and offering divine love and receiving divine love and living divine love. Man derives all the joy and peace that he needs from within himself, not outside. So the best spiritual discipline is to strengthen the inward vision. And Jesus was such a wonderful example for us on our own spiritual journey, step by step, how to fulfill our destiny. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, from the Bible. And then Swami said, the Father, love creates, sustains, and engulfs all. Without love, no one can claim to have understood God. Few things from Swami in the interview room. He got everybody's attention, held his hand up, looked around at everybody and said, say, I am God. I am God. I am God. It was so beautiful. Your Swami is speaking and saying this to the people who are in the interview room and asking us to say it, but we're actually witnessing him. And Swami would always ask when you had a chance to be with him, what do you want? And he was wanting to hear, of course, I want God. In the interview room, Swami said to us, what do you want? And that's something that, the question that we're used to hearing Swami ask. Then we know that the answer should be, I want God, for that is the reason why he came. And the answer was, I want you, Swami. I want you, Swami. And Swami says, are you sure? You want to be right when the Lord is asking you questions. So, yes, Swami, I am sure. And see, at that right there, you're forced to use the word I am. Yes, Swami, I am sure. So that point in time, he takes his arms and opens them up wide and says, come, take me. I am ready. The I am is ready. Where is that I am? It's inside of us. It's in our heart. And this is the celebration of Easter, is to resurrect the Christ within us. Come, take me. He's waiting inside of each and every heart for us to come and take God and join in with the Lord in the love and appreciation for the presence of divinity and the divine experience. Another time, since we're talking about the level where I am one with the Father, I am I. Swami's in the interview room, many long-standing devotees, and he gets everybody's attention, makes eye contact. He holds his hand up and he says, again, holding the hand up, he says, all power is in this hand. All power is in this hand. So the hand of God is the same hand that is within us. It's this oneness. There's only one. As Kasturi said, a new kind of math. 1 + 1 = 1. taking Padnamaskar in the darshan line, and falling to his feet, and the beauty of his feet and the presence of his love, and hey, kiss, don't polish. Such a wonderful sense of humor, so much joy. Hands together like this inside of Swami's. And he said, rocking my hands back and forth like this, he says, I will come and give you darshan every Thursday. I think he said that quite frequently back in the 70s to devotees. And I'm like, Swami's going to come live in my home. And I thought about that over the years so many times. And one of the things about that beautiful statement is that on our spiritual journey, we must stay strong with organization and stay with those Sai centers, because back in the 70s, Swami would say, worship me on Thursday, every Thursday. We're getting his darshan when we go to the Sai Center program. And that helps to keep us tuned and charged up in our journey. Always he was asking, where are you from? And such a simple question. Most of the time we'd say America, USA. But what he really wants us to say, I learned over the years, is that I'm from you, Swami. Soon, you will start smelling special fragrances. Oh, well, I'm thinking, that's wonderful. Go to darshan that afternoon. Swami comes out. Fragrance. I smell sandalwood. In the interview room, I smell the fragrance of his robe, the fragrance of his feet when we're taking Padnamaskar. And then as time went on, the special fragrance that he wants all of us to smell is the fragrance of the divinity and love inside of each and every heart. He materialized earrings. Materialized earrings. Asked somebody to put him in and said, not earrings, hearings. Hearings. And what is that message? Here rings the omnipresence of divinity. Every second is so special and precious. In his discourses, he said that's why he gave us these breaths. Inhale, exhale. I am God. Because every breath is there to remind us the power of his breath is the same breath that goes within us. He had materialized 3 white diamonds for me, small white diamonds. I like the ring very much. Getting ready to go back to India, and I was looking at it, the ring, thinking, oh, maybe if I go back to India this time, Swami will call again, get it. He might change his ring. So I better look. Sure enough, get in the interview room, and he asked for the ring. Pass it around the room so everybody can see it. When it comes back to him, he holds it up like this. And again, the good teacher that he is, gets everybody's attention. And he looks at me and he says, what do you want? Do you want green or white? Swami, I want whatever you want to give me. Do you like this ring? Meaning the ring, the 3 white diamonds. Swami, I like whatever you give me. So he held this 3 white diamond ring up, held it in front of his mouth, and breathed on it. And with the 3rd breath, the band changed, the setting changed, and the stone changed. A hush went across the room. And it became this ring. And he said, this ring is for peace of mind. He also told me once that for the self-realization, you have to have peace of mind first. Swami has shared the only difference between me and you is that I know I'm God and you don't. All are avatars, but I am the only Purna avatar. That's from Swami's discourses. The fact is, it's from Swami's discourse, that it is only something beyond the natural, above the ordinary, that arouses interest in man. So one must overcome this failing and turn towards spiritual joy, wonder, appreciation, interest in the darshan of God. It must become your very life, the natural breath of life, the very reason for the existence of being in a body. This is what Lord Jesus taught by precept and example to mankind. The Atmic principle, which is the eternal source of bliss. And that is what the Father brought to us in his life and teachings. On this day of celebration and preparation for Easter Sunday, let us remember the words of Sathya Sai. The heart of Jesus was pure and calm. Therefore, it is honored as sacred. We must make our hearts sacred so that either we merge in Jesus or Jesus merges in us. We merge in Sai Baba or Sai Baba merges in us. When we merge, it's called bhakti. To have Jesus awakened in us. Easter, resurrection of the Christ within, is called the path of knowledge, or jnana. Jesus was a messenger of God. But here, Swami takes this and makes it very personal. But you should know also that you are all his children. Jesus and his Father are one, and you and God are also one, and you can be aware of it. All life is one, my dear son. Be a light to everyone. And Swami goes on to say, if we truly follow this one principle that Jesus dedicated his life to, it would be enough to fulfill our destiny. And our destiny is to realize our divinity. On the occasion of Christmas Day, 1982, Swami urged and said to all in attendance, awaken the Jesus within you. Tomorrow is Easter Sunday. Resurrect the Christ within. Jai Sai Ram.